Hey, I'm Mike with H2 Wargames, and welcome back to our How to Play Warcry series. Today we're diving into how a Warcry battle actually unfolds, the pulse of the game, battle rounds, and the 3 phases inside each one. Whether you're a new player or just brushing up on your knowledge, understanding the rhythm of a game is key to turning chaos into strategy. So let's get started. A Warcry battle in most cases is fought across a series of 4 battle rounds. Each round is broken into 3 critical phases. The initiative phase, where you roll dice to seize momentum, the reserve phase, where reinforcements hit the battlefield, and the combat phase, where the real carnage begins. Mastering these phases is how you go from reacting to shaping the flow of the battle. Now let's break down each one. At the start of every battle round, both players roll 6 dice. These are your initiative dice. Any die that shows a unique number, one that doesn't match any of your other dice, is called a single. If this was our roll, we'd have a 1 and a 4 as singles, meaning we have 2 initiative. Meanwhile, our 5s match and our 2s match, which aren't used when determining initiative. If our opponent rolled the dice shown here, they'd have just 1 single. Since we have more singles, 2 versus 1, we would win the initiative for this round. If it's tied, both players roll off until a winner is determined. Any dice that aren't singles become your ability dice, used to trigger powerful bonus actions during combat. We'll tackle these abilities at a deeper level later in the series. 2 of a kind become doubles, 3 of a kind become triples, and 4 of a kind become quads, the rarest and often the deadliest. Then comes the wild dice. Each player gains 1 wild dice at the start of every round. The player with the initiative decides how they'll use their wild dice first. Each wild dice can only be used once, but you don't have to use it right away. You can save it for later rounds. You can spend your wild dice in 2 different ways. First, you can boost your number of singles to try to take or hold initiative. You can use any number of wild dice in this way. Second is to increase an ability dice, turning a single into a double into a triple, or a triple into a quad, but only 1 wild dice can be used per ability. When your opponent has initiative at the start of the round, you actually gain a small advantage. You get to see how they use their wild dice first. Sometimes, that opens a window to seize initiative right out from under them. Let's say it's the second battle round. We started with initiative because we rolled 2 singles compared to our opponent's 1. We decided to use our wild dice to upgrade our double 5 into a triple, focusing on strength of our abilities instead of boosting initiative. But our opponent didn't spend their wild dice in the first round. Now they spend both, their saved wild dice plus their new one, boosting their total singles to 3 against our 2, allowing them to seize the initiative for the upcoming round. But if wild dice usage ever brings the number of singles to a tie, then both players roll off and the winner claims initiative heading into the next battle round. At the end of the battle round, any unused ability dice and any wild dice spent to adjust those abilities are discarded. Then you re-roll for the next battle round and the cycle begins again. With initiative decided, it's time to bring in reinforcements. Let's move into the reserve phase. Starting from battle round 2 is when reinforcements can enter the battlefield. This is when you can place any battle group in reserve onto the battlefield. Let's take a look at this example deployment card called the duel. Starting with the player with initiative, each player sets up their arriving reserves. Fighters must be placed wholly within 3 inches horizontally of their assigned deployment point or deployment line. If it's physically impossible due to model size or enemy positioning, you place your fighters as close as you can. Let's say we won initiative, we are the red deployment group, and this is the 3rd battle round. So our dagger battle group, which is here, is able to enter the battlefield on the 3rd battle round, wholly within 3 inches of the deployment line that stretches across the entire southern edge of the battlefield. This is where I've deployed my dagger battle group, based on their available deployment zone, wholly within 3 inches of anywhere along the southern battlefield edge, positioned close to these stairs for easy access to the platforms above. Additionally, there's no requirement for how close fighters within the same battle group have to be deployed to one another, only that each must start wholly within their assigned deployment zone. In this example, I could also choose to spread out my fighters to support 2 fronts, controlling key terrain and threatening multiple objectives, as shown here. How and where reserves enter the battlefield can change the entire flow of the fight. Plan your deployment carefully and never overlook where your opponent reinforcements might strike. In Warcry, a well-timed arrival can break a battle wide open. With every fighter deployed and every reserve in place, the setup is complete, but the battle has only just begun. Now we move into the combat phase, where every choice is a strike towards victory, or a step closer to defeat. Now it's time for the heart of Warcry, the combat phase. The players take turns activating fighters, starting with the player who won initiative. It's an I go, you go system that keeps the battle fast and interesting. Each player can pick one fighter to activate, but can't pick a fighter that has already activated earlier in the round, such as this unmade fighter with an activation token. If a player no longer has any fighters to activate, as shown here, with these two unmade fighters, the player will pass to the other player. Players will continue to activate fighters until both players no longer have any fighters with any activations remaining. With no more activations, the battle round ends, and a new one begins. Each fighter in your warband gets 2 actions per round, and there are 4 actions a fighter can choose from. You can use these actions together in several combinations, such as moving and moving, moving and attacking, attacking and attacking, or even disengaging and moving, and so on. We will detail the nuances of these actions in more detail at a later time. When the last activation is spent and both warbands have played their hand, the battle round ends, and the true cost of your choices is revealed. And that's how a Warcry battle beats. Not just a clash of blades, but a living rhythm of momentum swings, brutal choices, and fast-paced carnage. Every roll, every strike, every move carving your story in the blood-soaked battlefield. If this video helped you grasp the pace of a battle, hit the like button, subscribe, and drop a comment below. How do you like to use your wild dice? Push for initiative, boost your abilities, or hold on to them for the perfect moment? Want to be part of something bigger than just our next match? Then we invite you to join our Discord. Connect with fellow players, share your victories, your tactics, your toughest losses, and connect with the community directly. And if you want to truly help fuel what we're building, join us on Patreon, where you can help directly shape our content to come. Grab some merch as it becomes available, or click through one of our partner or Amazon affiliate links whenever you're stocking up on hobby supplies or doing your online shopping. It costs you nothing extra, but it gives us a small kickback that helps keep the war drums pounding and the content flowing. Thanks for watching, and may your crits be plentiful.